can tell you that on this issue of the GNU, the alliance is at one.
But certainly not at one, Deputy President. Mapaila, the General Secretary of the SACP, says, I can't sleep. Every time I think about the GNU, I can't sleep. Then it can't be one.
Well, there must be something troubling Soli, but not the SACP.
But he is the General Secretary of the SACP.
Yeah, but he's not the SACP.
Have you engaged him? As the ANC?
The SG is calling a meeting of what we call the Alliance Secretariat so that we can hear Comrade Soli out. He's unhappy about something. But the party has not come up.
Despite criticism, the government of national unity has recently marked over 100 days. While it's brought several political parties together to form the 7th Democratic Administration, it's still a divisive issue among some members of the tripartite alliance. The ANC's second-in-command, Paul Mashatile, says the SACP as a party has no problem with the GNU arrangement, but the problem is with its leader. But COSATU General Secretary Soli Petro says, in fact, both COSATU and the SACP are not happy with the GNU that includes the DA.
I don't think it's the General Secretary of the party who's got a problem with the GNU. COSATU, we made it very clear that we have a problem with the GNU, in particular DA, which is anti-workers. The DA has announced publicly that if they get into parliament, they are going to retrench, they are going to reduce the rights of the workers, they are going to make sure that they reduce the public servant. What are they doing in Cape Town? Teachers are retrenched, and this GNU keep quiet. So it's not the General Secretary of the party who's got a problem with the GNU. We as workers and the working class, we've got a problem with the GNU.
For his part, Mapaila described Mashatile's assertion as a tactic to divide and isolate him from his collective.
Unfortunately, it's a tool that was utilized by the apartheid regime in order to divide the liberation forces. I presented the political report in the last Central Committee meeting that was clear about our position in this regard and even our options. The options that we shared with the ANC at a meeting of the Alliance Secretariat. And the option that we also shared with the ANC in a briefing session that they also had of the Alliance Political Council, in which we disputed the coordination of that meeting because the Alliance Secretary didn't set the agenda for it. So it was a briefing session, and we agreed we would have a proper political discussion, which hasn't taken place as yet.
Mapaila says they are unmoved in their criticism of the GNU, insisting that their only concern is about the welfare of the poor and the working class.
It doesn't matter what leaders are saying, because sometimes leaders want to justify things because they want legitimacy in office. We're not concerned about legitimacy in office. We're not concerned about positions in office. We are concerned about the conditions of the working people, of the poor in our country. That's what frustrates us as the Communist Party.
For now, the SACP is pinning its hopes on its proposed bilateral meeting with the ANC, where it hopes all the top 7 officials will be present to iron out their differences. This would be followed by a possible meeting of the Alliance Political Council to discuss this and the reconfiguration of the alliance amongst others. Nhlanhla Khatlhane, SABC News, Johannesburg.